talk about this map because it's so awesome. So, but before we do that, let's introduce our players. It's going to be a best of 3. In the bottom left corner, playing as the red Zerg player, it is the upsetter who actually beat Franskar, is Myrault.
And here in the top right corner, in the blue trunks, our Protoss player, beating very many strong people, 2-0, it is watzkuh.
Indeed it is. And you know what? This has been a perfect tournament because we've been seeing every single matchup except all of the mirror matchups. I mean, even seeing some cool PvPs as well. And there are some new people, what's it called? Following. Awesome.
Oh yeah, you guys are amazing.
You get a red banner. See that? Oh, the finals are gonna get red banners all over it.
So that's actually pretty cool because if then we highlight the finals, then your name appears on screen forever.
Now, Bill Air Starcraft, I know followed earlier. Is this thingy broken? I think my follow thingy might be broken.
Maybe he unfollowed and he refollowed because he wanted his name up there. Please don't do that, guys. By the way, I don't know if that works, but please don't.
I don't think that works actually.
Okay.
But it might. But I think it's just kind of catching up from earlier. Maybe suddenly. Yeah, I don't think there's that many people suddenly following now, so I don't know.
Either which way, we have a Forge Expand coming out from watzkuh.
We do, and it's a very interesting map because you do have a very big main that you have to be a little bit worried about. There's like a backdoor where you can drop in or blink in really easily, and then there's no ramp to your natural. It's just a choke, and there is an awesome billboard. Hang on, look at that billboard. Oh, I love these billboards. Okay, and then there's another choke by your natural with some gas. And no, I mean with some minerals for extra chokage.
Yep, so you can wall off completely and then mine this out later.
And chokage is of course a word. Let me just double check something real quick, but you can keep talking.
All right, I will keep talking. We had a pool first coming out of Myrault, very very ordinary stuff. Now having a fair amount of Zerglings. He's just gonna go take map control now. As the wonderful Day91 once said, map control is not something you have. Map control is something you take. And it looked like Myrault is going to do exactly that. And that means he's going to be able to take a very safe third base very quickly. Of course, we've seen watzkuh being very aggressive in the past, but this gateway cannon orientation, I don't know. It's certainly no 2-gate. Oh, but he is keeping a little bit of a gap here, so maybe he wants to move out very relatively soon.
Yeah, this thing is broken. I have like 3 new followers according to my Gmail, but according to this thing the stream is down? What? No, the stream.
It looks fine here.
No.
I actually have the stream open because I'm not streaming, so I can.
No, it looks good.
It looks really good. Ziphius, my goodness, man, does the stream look good?
Oh,
anyway.
Thank you.
Expand now finishing up for watzkuh. No tech path really chosen, but all's good. And I like this that Myrault is sort of positioning his Zerglings here so that he can know exactly what's going to happen. If watzkuh is going to move out, Myrault is going to know.
Yeah. Those are really nice Zergling positioning. I think I'm going to turn off this. Yeah, let me turn off this thingy.
Alright. We have actually a 4th hatch coming out of Myrault as well. Very, very early, and only now does he take the gas. He wants to get dronage done, man. Holy cow.
Yeah. He loves his macro plays. Styles.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty good at it, though. Like, once the army gets big enough, this man is nearly unstoppable, it seems.
Oh, he's gonna... Oh, nice micro there.
Fantastic. Actually not losing... only losing a single Zergling there. Getting a Zealot is pretty good. So now, Myrault is in a fantastic spot. He knows exactly what his opponent's up to. A Twilight Council is coming down. Does this Overlord actually see it? No, it's placed just a little bit too far to the right. watzkuh is going to be able to hide that for a little while longer.
I think watzkuh might be the guy who likes to go for like a group of Blink Stalkers mid-game and you know, bounce around from base to base and be annoying. And that's really effective on this map, especially because of this main base feature where you can just blink in really easily.
Oh yeah, and we've seen Myrault struggling with that multi-angle harassment in a previous game against Franskar. So that could actually be pretty painful, considering the way he plays.
Oh, and he's gonna try and kill this worker and sneak in.
Oh, he sees the Twilight Council, so he knows what's up. Well, at least he knows what his opponent could be doing. He doesn't necessarily know that it's Stalkers. He might just think, oh, you're going for Templar. That's reasonable.
Or just like a speed lot timing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We have a Hydroden on the way.
the first Stalker is out. Is adding more gateways now. I think these gateways were added a little bit late. He's not getting any upgrades from Twilight. There is a range upgrade for the Stalker, but the Stalker, I think, is just more like a scouting Stalker. It's just gonna blink around, and he could like blink in the main, just chill for a little bit until he has the cooldown, and then just scout around.
Yeah, it's really nice that Stalkers also get high ground vision immediately. Which actually makes it really interesting, because what you can do is you can just make a regular composition and just add in 1 or 2 Stalkers, so that if you want to have high ground vision, you can.
And there's actually a lot of debate whether we should or should not keep that as without an upgrade.
Right.
Yeah, because there are some very strong early timings with Stalker pushes now.
Interesting. So Stalker gets picked off by some drones and some Zerglings. Myrault doing a pretty good job of cleaning that up, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be much more of that, with Zealots and a single Dragoon coming out here. Charge lots are going to be a thing on the map very soon, but the robotics facility suggests that this is not going to be watzkuh's big ol' shove. He's going to put some pressure on the map, expand, and just sort of take it from there. But oh, look at that red. Look at the red on the minimap.
Yeah, it's swarming in here, and I think watzkuh is going to try and go for this early third base, and Myrault is just going to counter this perfectly. No, very nice position on these Zealots, and they are going to kill
Very, very good.
Hugging that wall like a boss.
Oh yeah, and the speed lots actually gives watzkuh enough mobility with these Zealots that he can walk around and juke them and make sure that they don't go up to the rest of the base for now. So he will be able to take this third relatively safely, unless Myrault commits to a lot of army. And we have a big stream of red on the map, Ziphius.
We do. And it's just like my nose today. It's just flowing red all over. I almost get traumatized by looking at this. And what's cool again with this very nice photon cannon placement here to minimize, surface area. Lots and lots of Zerglings, and he can do this because of his opening. And I think what's cool, the way to punish this would have been to try and push and not spend all these resources on trying to get, a third base. But if he can get it up, it is gonna serve him quite well.
Yeah, all the Zerglings are going to try to run by, but there's plenty of Zealots here to take care of that. Not to mention, +1 is done for these Zealots. +1 carapace is there for the Zerglings, so it's negated completely. Is this going to be enough to defend watzkuh? Getting the position of the cannon is going to allow some additional support, and Dark Templar are going to come out. There are no Overseers on this side of the map. There aren't even Overlords on this side of the map, so this is going to shut down his attack for a while.
Oh, and I love the pylon positioning there to, keep him safe. One cannon behind those would be really nice, though.
Oh, he has no range unit, so he can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's making Stalkers now in the hope that he can deal with that. Zerglings swinging into the third. These pylons are going to fall very soon, and where is watzkuh's army going to be? Myrault is going to be focus firing his Nexus. Is he going to get it, though?
No force fields to do that. He could chrono boost the photon cannon, which might have helped, but he's going to get the Nexus.
Oh, that is nice. That makes it worth it. Myrault is through on the other ramp as well. He's going to try to do some damage. Actually, no. Just pulling back.
Oh, and
Dark Templar. Sorry, you guys.
Man. No, it's okay. It's okay. Look at that Dark Templar. It's doing so much damage. He's sending another one into the natural. Myrault's already on this, making Overseers. They're making lots of Overseers. But this Dark
I really like this.
Well. Yeah.
I really like this a lot. He could have used them defensively, but decided to put pressure on instead. Getting a lot of kills, actually. The worker skill, 12 workers have been taken out, and now these Zealots are on the other side of the map, and this is a very different situation.
Indeed it is. It's forcing Myrault back, and now the Zealots can pick a fight in decent positions. +1 Zealot is very strong versus these Zerglings, although they do have +1 carapace that is negating that damage. Oh, Queens are coming out! That's a very nice catch. He wants to kill these Queens if he can, but he needs to focus on the Zerglings for now, and the Zerglings getting a decent surround now.
The Zerglings doing a very good job. +1 attack actually finished on these Zerglings, making them a lot more powerful against these Zealots, and this is not looking too good for watzkuh. There's a big army for Myrault, and watzkuh is really doesn't have anything to deal with Zerglings very effectively. I would have really liked him to see him getting an Archon or so up to try and deal with this.
Archons would be getting the wall up in the almost last second, but this is actually almost better because now they're funneling in the Zerglings and you can actually deal with them instead of just watching them kill his pylons.
Yeah, that's very true. Myrault setting up again for the third base attack. He's got +2 carapace coming in as well as +2 melee, and they have the adrenal glands, so they are cracklings. They're going to do a lot of damage. These Zealots might not be enough to take out these Zerglings. How many times do you see that where Zerglings take on Zealots easily?
Oh, he's healing up his zealots with his pylon ability. There we go. Oh, very nice. Cute little play there from watzkuh. Is he actually using it though? He needs to. No, not too much. This is not a shield that protects them. It's just now he can target zealots in here and they get healed up, but he's not doing it, unfortunately.
That is too bad.
Sacrificing pylon energy to get, I mean, in a shield to get back up zealot shield. Not in a 1-to-1 ratio. That would be pretty.
No, of course not.
I think it's
we have a number of high tempo. Sorry.
I think it's a ratio 1-to-3 or something like that.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we have a High Templar now up. There is Storm here, so I think this is where watzkuh gets at least to keep his third base and stabilize somewhat, of course.
Yeah.
This is a mineral expansion. It doesn't have any gas. And again, we have that massive creep spread that Myrault has been doing.
Oh, picks off that zealot there, Myrault is, and yeah, this is gonna be really hard to deal with. He gets the storm, but what I really want to see is after these storms, when they're out of energy, I want to see them be made into archons. He really needs archons versus this composition. Archons.
Yeah, he needs archons and upgrades. That's what's going to get him into a good spot. We have ultras on the way. Myrault is already at his end game. He's already at the spot where he's comfortable getting ultralisks up. He's getting a spire too, probably to eventually transition into Mutas, maybe?
I'm not sure, but like the fact that actually if he would have gotten for Mutas, made it like a Mutas switch not too long ago, that would have changed things a lot. I did turn on the follow thing again. I think it's working properly now. I don't know.
All right. We have for Myrault on the base. There are 5 bases, 6 hatcheries. watzkuh has 3 bases. He has 3 bases. And he's looking to take another one, but he's kind of struggling. He kind of needs to get this composition up and running. He's got enough Templar for Storm, so he can start taking some engagements. He doesn't have a lot of Dragoons, but there's not a massive amount of Ultras out yet.
Yeah, this is very this is gonna be, you know, once Protoss gets a certain composition going, Zerg needs a really heavy advantage to deal with it. It's even if he has the whole map, it's still really hard to deal with certain army compositions from Protoss, and he has to dance around it and pick off here and there. And if he just moves in with like a big group and they all get eaten by Storm, then Protoss can just roll over Zerg and win. So it's still not an easy game for Myrault to win. It's still possible to make a comeback for watzkuh, and he's picking off this base, which is good, but he might get himself trapped with his army.
Yeah, this is it's a nice place to fight, but it's not a nice place to have his army because he can get cut off. Myrault is not going to commit to that engagement, though.
No, he's just going to lick his wounds. But you see, this is the problem for Myrault. The only bases that are left now are bases that have, yes, they're easy to defend, but they're kind of like, I don't know, they're not open enough. Like, he has a very mobile army. He wants to defend open bases at this point. He doesn't want to defend these strokes.
It looks like Myrault is setting up for a big old attack. Storms are beginning to come down on these Zerglings. There's a lot of Ultralisks in here as well. The Zerglings are hugging the Dragoons. These are not the units the Dragoons want to be fighting. The Ultras are beginning to clean up the Zealots. There's some reinforcements coming in here from watzkuh, but this engagement looks to be Protoss favored.
Wow, that's actually very surprising. I thought that was like perfect from Myrault, getting the Zerglings on the Dragoons, getting the Ultras on the Zealots, but it still wasn't enough. And watzkuh has a little bit of breathing room. He can clear up some creep. Just the fact that he's been spreading so much creep is buying him so much time now. Now he has to spend all this time clearing creep instead of just going and killing a base.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention that Myrault knows exactly what's going on, where the army is and isn't. Myrault hasn't made any defilers yet, so he still has to deal with a lot of these range units rather than just having to pick off these Zealots. A few more Storms coming in here, but the Dragoon core is pretty convincing.
Yeah. He's trying to take another one of these, actually both of the bases, and watzkuh in the meantime is trying to take a 4th base, which is really crucial for him at this point. This one Dark Templar, oh, he picks off the, oh wow, look at that. But there's another DT now that actually could do some damage because there's no Overseers left.
Yeah, watzkuh decides to go in, but no, there's actually no Overseers on the map. There's 3 being morphed, but this DT, oh no, wait, there's one.
Except for that one.
Like that one, exactly there, in the engagement.
Oh wow, look at that. Moving out his queens again, going to the edge of his creep, re-creeping it up. He's so good at this.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's cool. I like this. In the meantime, sending his Zealots here and there. I would love to see these be Dark Templars though instead, but still, It's pretty nice, but Myrault is on top of everything. Look at that. He has this map so covered. And he's
Yeah.
barely ahead in supply.
Yeah, I think Myrault should probably be starting to think about, looking for alternative tech paths. He's having a lot of trouble taking direct engagement with Protoss, because the Protoss army is really good when it's together. But right now, watzkuh took this south position, so there's now 2 avenues that Myrault can actually attack from, not even counting the ramp that was walled off.
Oh, he's gonna sneak it. No, he's trying to sneak a DT by to pick off that one base, but the Overseers got him.
Yep, picked it up.
I feel like Zerg and DTs is like a hunting season. Oh, I found a DT. Got him.
Yeah, exactly. Some Zerglings being sent out to take care of one Zealot that is sort of staring at a hatchery.
Comes a High Templar into this base. Oh, there's a couple of Scourges there, but they're barely missing the Warp Prism. And no, the Warp Prism gets away with a High Templar. Really? Wow, nice little storm drop there. Wasn't too many workers to kill though.
No, it wasn't. It was relatively low saturation.
Wow, what's good?
In fact, if we
What's killed 319 units this game. That's insane.
wow,
So
that is
Zerglings.
insane. The worker count is actually relatively low. We got 61 workers for Myrault, and 57 for watzkuh. Very close, and not the 70 numbers that we saw in some other games. So both of them have proportionally much larger armies, and it also means that harassment at the single base is not as effective because there's not that many workers there.
Yeah. Oh wow, there's a lot of spine crawlers here. He's doing a bandit and doing for a good defense, and he's gonna go for a counterattack actually. And what's good?
Oh, he's cutting off the army.
He doesn't want to get trapped, so he's moving back again. He should send. I think he should send in a couple of zealots to try. No, there's too many spine crawlers. Very well defense there from watzkuh.
Yeah, most of this army for watzkuh is now in dragoons, making defilers a more attractive option as the game goes on. But Myrault hasn't gotten any up yet, so he's not able to utilize that particular edge. Myrault is set up here, but I don't think he wants to take the engagement. This is not a very good space to do that in. There's a lot of coverage here and great storms coming down here from our Protoss player.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult, but most of the Dragoons left now, and if there's enough Zerglings to... Okay, the Dragoons have to get out of there, and very nice. It is a lot harder in Starbow to actually completely surround something because of the pathing. So, to catch units, it's easier to kind of save them from a hard position.
Yeah, some good micro here by watzkuh, really getting the most out of these Dragoons. Without all the Zerglings there, these Dragoons are having a field day picking off the heavier, more dangerous units.
Oh, and he's morphing Guardians, but unfortunately the Guardians are right under Dragoons. But now it's... Oh, wow, look at Myrault going for Broodlord Ultra SC2 style versus Protoss here. But
yeah, watzkuh making a lot of Dragoons to try and deal with this. Oh, the Guardians are a little bit too far forward, though, and get picked up by Dragoons. Zerglings now swinging in, and this is where watzkuh has to pull back once again.
Meanwhile, there's been a huge blink drop in the main base of watzkuh, so watzkuh has to deal with this, or because his main base is just being gutted out in the meantime, and I think Myrault just has this now.
Yeah, this looks like a very hard game to keep for watzkuh. His production in the main has been completely taken out. He has virtually nothing in these other bases. The third is being overrun by Ultralisks, and this is just looking very, very ugly for a Protoss player. I think Myrault has, as you so eloquently put it, been snuffed out, I suppose.
Yeah, and GG Myrault take the first game in this final.